Yo, what's good, people? Hank Life over here, getting off of work. About to head to Walmart. Got to grab a few things. Um, all right. I was watching a video of a person getting abused, racially profiled, whatever, by some person, whatever. And it's wild because it's always the people who can't handle it, or they're in shock, or they start crying and all, and they can't stand up for themselves and say anything intelligent or proper to shut people up. You're not supposed to just sit there and take a beating. You're supposed to stand up for yourself. You're always supposed to stand up for yourself. It's something that God put in us. You don't need a PhD for it. You don't need a doctorate. You don't need a master's to stand up for yourself. You just stand up for yourself. Even worse, that the person that it happened to, they went to Yale. Like, they're intelligent in education, but not intelligent in standing up for themselves. Now, they pulled out a camera and they just stayed silent. You got to think about, like, all right, so I'm a big believer. I have faith in God, and understanding that, and having faith that, think about the things that he would say. He who has not committed sin tossed the first stone. Any other person would have got killed, standing up for a prostitute, but he knew exactly what to say. You have to find the proper stuff to say. It doesn't have to be all yelling and screaming and rambunctious. Nah, something to really touch the core of a person. And there's certain things that I would say, and I always stand up because I hate bullies. Bullies are the worst kind of, the wealthy bullies, the ones that get away with shit and never get beat the fuck up, who deserve to get beat the fuck up. They truly deserve to get beat the fuck up. I mean, you can't tell me that as a kid, people teach you, hey, turn the cheek, but when you become a president or a leader of a country, you have to send people to fight for you, fight for not the country, but they have to go kill people, right? But as a kid, oh no, you can't stand up and you can't fight, and fighting is not the answer. Fighting is always the answer. There's always the stupidity and the ignorance to believe that fighting is not the answer. That's BS. In heaven there was a war between the devil and God, right? And the angels and the demons, right? There was a war in heaven, in the Bible, right? You don't believe, that's fine. You don't have to believe. But believe this, that there's war all over the country, all over the world, all over everywhere on this globe. And I'm pretty sure somewhere else, wherever there is a form of living something, there's always birds having battles with, other birds or creatures or insects, insects having war against, bees against bigger bees. This happens. It's always constant. It doesn't stop. And there's either a good war or a bad war, right? Hitler, that was a war we had to go fight. He was a racist guy. He was saying that the Aryan nation and that we're better than everyone. That's a bunch of bullshit. Everybody knows that no culture is better than any other culture. And of course, now they're trying to bring it in this perspective. Well, yeah, it was evil, but look what it brought out of it. No, anything that starts with evil is going to end with evil, and that's just the way it goes. I understand that. When I was doing bad shit on the street, I knew that I could die. I can die from doing these stupid, evil things. But at the same time, I could probably have killed somebody for no apparent fucking reason, right? These things happen in life. People kill each other for no reason. So, in that perspective, I don't need people like, Salvador, where they were talking about, man, y'all not feeding the prisoners. They're prisoners. You know, you don't feel sad for them when they went and tried to kill somebody and got killed. I don't have no remorse for people like that. It doesn't even make sense to have remorse for a person who put themselves on the line to get killed. You should be smarter than that. You should be more intelligent. It's all about how you do unto others as you want them to do to you. So if you do people like shit and you wonder why people doing you like shit, you did that to people. It's just the way it is. To each his own. Understanding free will. Understanding how far free will goes. Rules are meant to be broken. People break them all the time. The wealthiest of people break these all the time. Look how they sat there and got, Al Pacino locked up. I mean, not Al Pacino, but you know who I'm talking about. Chicago crime boss, 1930s, 1940s. The Valentine's Massacre. They couldn't pin any murders on them, so they figured out how to do tax evasion. And then they tried to do the same thing for the wealthy class, which was the president over here, who we know these guys get away with crimes all the time. And it's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. I And of course, we understand that for the people is us. We are the people. Me, you, the working class. The government is not the people. Yeah, there's people working there, but they're called the government, right? It doesn't say for the government by the government. It says for the people by the people. And of course, now we're under this false constitution. If you didn't know that, yeah, educate yourself. Don't be stupid. Y'all know how I do. I educate myself with law and understanding that there's the black law book, right? And the black law books educates you in this. And the older you get, you understand that when you're young, try to take advantage of you all the fucking time. And that's just the way it is until you educate yourself. And once you get smarter, they're like, oh, yeah, now we don't need them anymore. Well, you never needed those people. You just needed you the whole time. Hank Life 2023 going into 2024. I'll see y'all on that side.